Gotta blame him. Alrighty. Are we like mostly going? Hey, good morning, East Texas. Thanks for joining us on the CBS 19 Plus live stream. We are going to give you a little update on the weather that's happening here in East Texas as we head into Mother's Day weekend. I do have an update on the storms that came through a little bit earlier this week, and then we are going to take a wider look and see what's happening across the nation. So let's get into it. I'm starting to get more tornado confirmations in from the National Weather Service. They're the only ones who can officially confirm tornadoes. So we had those big storms roll through back on Tuesday this week. Frankston, a tornado touched down near there. That was an EF0. Wind gusts topped out around 85 miles per hour. And then we had this one confirmed late last night after 10 p.m. A tornado, an EF1, touched down near Bullard. That one recorded wind gusts of around 93 miles per hour. There were no reported injuries or deaths with that, so that's good. But there were reports of significant damage to roofs in the area. Once again, that was in Bullard in Smith County. So we'll continue to bring you the latest if there are any more tornado confirmations. I have not heard word that the National Weather Service is planning to conduct any more surveys, but we'll continue to bring you the latest. All right, but let's take a look at our radar right now. Things are looking significantly better than they were earlier this week when we had those storms come through. Just some clouds that are filtering off to our east. I am tracking some showers. They rolled through parts of deep East Texas this morning, but they're kind of stuck out towards southern Louisiana now. And if you look off to the east, out toward Mississippi, that's where we're still tracking lots of cloud cover. Not quite as much rain out there. Most of the rain locked toward Lake Charles and Alexandria, but we will continue to see rainy conditions throughout the morning. Here in East Texas, we're kind of on the back end of that, at least until 3 p.m. That's when we start to see isolated showers and thunderstorms pop up across our East Texas skies. Some of these could pack a little bit of a punch. We're talking about wind gusts around 30 miles per hour, maybe a few small pieces of hail. I'm not tracking anything intense or severe, just enough that you need to make sure that you're staying weather aware for your Friday evening plans. Now looking ahead to Saturday, we'll stay mostly dry. I think we may squeeze out a drop of rain here or there. I did put a 20% chance in just to cover all of our bases. But looking ahead to Sunday, which is Mother's Day, you may need to move those Mother's Day brunch plans inside. We are tracking some pretty widespread showers that are coming through. Rain chances jump up to about a 40% chance of rain at that time. I'm tracking lots of rain, not a ton of lightning out of this, but we are going to continue to keep an eye on it as we get closer to actually the day on Sunday. And that's going to last mainly through the morning and into the early afternoon. I think by sunset, a lot of this rainfall is going to clear out, but we could still see a few lingering showers there Sunday evening as well as into parts of Monday. But once it's all said and done, rain totals are not that impressive for us. Out towards Center and St. Augustine, those are some of our rainfall winners potentially. They could get closer to a quarter of an inch, maybe a little bit more toward Jefferson, but most of us will stay less than a tenth of an inch of rainfall over the next few days. You may just need to bring out the raincoat every once in a while or turn on your windshield wipers. This is all happening due to this area of low pressure that's digging itself down through the piney woods. And what that does is it's keeping storms in the forecast. This particular low pressure system is cutting itself off from the rest of the atmospheric flow. We call it a cutoff low in meteorology. And this one is a particularly difficult forecast because it's no longer attached to the rest of the jet stream. That means it kind of gets stuck and meanders here between Texas, Louisiana, and may try to roll out to Mississippi as well. But what that means is we are tracking those showers and thunderstorms all the way through the end of the weekend and potentially onto Monday early in the morning. Tuesday, Wednesday, things are looking significantly drier out there. So again, on Mother's Day, widespread showers are possible and very likely. It'll be cooler thanks to the rain. We'll only top out somewhere in the low 70s. I do think that we will see very cool temperatures as we get started. So if you're heading out for any sunrise activities, it'll still be in the mid 50s at that time. So once again, that's Sunday, but things warm up right after that. We are into the upper 70s on Monday, and then the 80s and potentially the 90s are here as we hit the middle of the week. It's all due to this big high pressure system that slides in, and that is cranking the temperature. Here's what we're looking at. So Wednesday, that's when I think that we could see our first 90-degree day of the year. Now that's going to bring in lots of warmth. It's coming a little bit ahead of schedule, usually, or I should say behind schedule. Usually we see our first 90-degree day of the year closer to May 10th. But hey, at least we are extending the nice weather a little bit longer until we see our first 90 of 2025. Otherwise, right now, mild temperatures, a bit of dew on our zoo camera out there, but temperatures are mild. Those are currently sitting at 71 degrees, and I think that we'll climb all the way to around the mid to upper 70s through the rest of the afternoon. That puts us at 75 by noon today, and then into the mid 70s later this afternoon. 77 in Tyler, 79 in Longview and Henderson. There could be a few isolated 80-degree temperatures popping up toward Nacogdoches and Lufkin, but again, a really nice end to the work week, minus the showers. And it's really just locked over our portion of the Lone Star State where we are tracking those isolated showers and thunderstorms. Out to the west where things are drier, things will be significantly warmer as well. 80 in San Angelo, El Paso, making a run into the upper 80s, potentially into the 90s out there. In Corpus Christi, 1 degree shy of that 90-degree mark. Overall, though, a nice weekend if you're planning on traveling. Dallas, kind of a similar story to us, just a bit drier. Houston, almost a copy and paste of our forecast. Just add a few more degrees to that. That's because we are still tracking those showers and thunderstorms there, but really most of the rain is headed off to our east. It has its sights set on the Sunshine State in Florida. Also another little thunderstorm complex which is moving off the coast of the Carolinas and potentially impacting parts of Virginia. Now, it could get a little bit intense out in Florida and parts of the Carolinas. That's where we are tracking a level 1 and a level 2 risk of severe weather. I have my eyes on this highlighted area from Jacksonville back to the middle of Florida and then off toward the Carolinas into southeastern parts of Virginia. That's where we'll likely see some gusty winds, large hail, and some thunderstorms later today. Once again, a level 2 risk of severe weather out there, so we'll continue to keep an eye on it. Now, the one in Florida, that's the same storm system that impacted us today. That low pressure system is going to try to make its way toward Florida. We'll start to see some showers and thunderstorms pop up along the eastern border of the peninsula. Then eventually that kind of clears out of here. We'll still be impacted by the storm system, though, because it is circulating. And we'll see those thunderstorms continue to impact us until the storm system moves out. So here's the next 7 days closer to home. We'll be in the mid to upper 70s today. Temperatures will stay really nice over the weekend. We're only looking at the 70s today, the mid 70s on Saturday and Sunday. We're back up into the 70s Monday. Lots of sunshine on Tuesday and on Wednesday. Wednesday, once again, that will likely be our first 90-degree day of the year. We usually don't see that popping up until closer to May 7th, so a little bit late for us, but still really enjoy the nice, rainy, cool weather while we have it, because things are going to be warmer at the beginning of next week. Hopefully you can get outside and enjoy this weekend despite the rain. Hey, maybe if you're looking for a last-minute Mother's Day gift, you can get your mom an umbrella or a raincoat, because you will certainly need it on Sunday. But otherwise, hope you guys have a fantastic weekend. Thank you so much for joining us for the CBS 19 Plus live stream. We'll have more for you if you tune into our noon show in just about an hour. I'll break down the forecast even more, and we'll have some more news and weather that you need to know about. Have a great day.